Megan Duffy first, followed by number 42, Lauren Van Kleunen. We will get started momentarily. Please check your settings to be sure you are identified by name and affiliation. You will only be called on if you are properly identified. Thank you for participating today. We will now begin with an opening statement from head coach Megan Duffy and then go to questions.
Congratulations to Virginia Tech. I thought they were tremendous on the defensive side of the ball. Just their size and taking away some of our just easy movement patterns, I thought slowed us down a little bit. And then what can you say about Kittley? I just think she's an incredible post player inside. We tried to do a couple different things on her, but she was relentless with getting her touches and really even to finding her teammates, which I thought was the difference in the game. Just incredibly proud of our Marquette program and our players, what they have had to experience this year with 3 quarantines and pauses and just it's a lot for 18 to 22-year-olds, and I'm just really proud to be their coach and just the effort you could see at the end. That's been us all year, just a toughness and a grit that, we're never out of things and just came up a little bit short today.
Thank you, Coach Duffy. We ask that members of the media use the raise hand function to indicate that you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. So at this time, we will now take questions from the media. Our first question will be from John Luzzi. John, please unmute yourself.
Hey, Coach, John Luzzi with the Marquette Wire. How proud are you of this team's energy and determination to stay together at the end and putting themselves in an opportunity to continue the fight?
I'm proud of them, and I've been proud of them all year, just the way they've continued to bounce back in all different situations. They've had incredible voices off the court with everything going on around our country, and then obviously I get to see them every day on the court working extremely hard. We just today didn't put a whole 40 minutes together. I thought we had too many stretches in both that second and third quarter where we didn't play our best basketball. Give a lot of credit to Virginia Tech, what they did, just had some momentum at different points in the game. But I loved the grit in that fourth quarter to try and make it a little bit interesting, maybe put a little pressure on them at the end to finish the game. But just overall, thrilled with the way this team has handled a lot, and I know we'll be back.
Our next question will be from Benjamin Steele. Benjamin, please unmute yourself and state your name and affiliation.
Hey, Benjamin Steele from the Milwaukee Journal-Sentinel. You guys had 14 turnovers in the first half, but it seemed like you had things figured out in the second half, especially right before you made the run. Was that just the players settling in? Do you think it was nerves, or what do you think it was?
Yeah, I mean, we had I think it was 13 in the first half and 1 in the second half. And, I thought a little bit was to Virginia Tech's just pressure, and I thought they beat us to some 50-50 balls on loose balls and rebounds and took it out of our hands a couple times, and that obviously eliminated some possessions for us, giving them the ball back. It didn't necessarily lead to, getting them out in transition, but I know we got a little bit frustrated with that, and I thought we did a much better job in the third and fourth quarter of just settling down and trying to execute a little bit better and finding our toughness, grabbing the basketball with 2 hands, and, obviously allowed us to get some more opportunities on offense to score.
Our next question is from Zoe Comerford. Zoe, if you could repeat your name and state your affiliation, you can go ahead and unmute yourself.
Zoe Comerford from the Marquette Wire. Coach,
Zoe, we lost you.
Coach, Zoe Comerford from the Marquette Wire. Just talk a little bit about how proud you are of your seniors, Selena and Lauren, who combined for 35 points today, being those leaders on and off the court this season.
I could I've written a lot of books, I feel like, hypothetically about this season, but, I've loved coaching them ever since I stepped on campus here at Marquette. They've been great compliments to each other, have honestly just won us a whole lot of games with their grit, determination, their work ethic. They've been great examples for, our freshmen and sophomores this season, and I just overall just have enjoyed so much their maturation each and every day and week and month and year I've gotten to be with them. And, you know, they're kids you root for, just the way they've handled the adversity. And then obviously, as you mentioned, statistically, you know, they've led us in so many different categories this year, and just really thrilled for the season they had. And, you know, hopefully we'll get to see them again in a Marquette uniform. But if not, both of those two will be tremendous at moving on to the next level and whatever they choose to do.
At this time, we will take another question from Benjamin. Benjamin, you can unmute yourself.
Coach, you mentioned Kittley. You know, you were doubling her and, you know, trying a bunch of different things. Just how much pressure does she put on your defense?
Yeah, we definitely had to try something different. We really haven't doubled post to post all season long. And, you know, when we went, you know, through our scout, it was pretty clear that we had to do something different and try and learn from some of the other teams in the ACC. And, you know, her size is tremendous. And to have a kid that tall and long, but the skill set she has, you could see so many different possessions this afternoon where she just shot right over us as the double was coming. I thought Kenny did a great job of moving their other players around to keep, you know, 15. Baines had a tremendous day with just cutting and moving and getting some offensive rebounds. She, to me, was a little bit of the X factor of today because obviously we know about their shooters on the perimeter. So I thought we had to make a couple little adjustments. Didn't happen maybe quick enough that it got a little bit on their run in that second quarter. But yeah, she's you know, we play against Nelson Adota. I kind of compare it to with UConn from the size and length, but you know, I think the skill set was something that was pretty special to kind of prepare and watch. And it's crazy that she's only a sophomore. So bright future ahead for that young woman.
Just a reminder to the media who have joined us late, please utilize the raise hand function in order to have an opportunity to ask a question. At this time, I'm going to give John Liuzzi the opportunity to ask another question. John, please unmute yourself.
Coach, it seemed that towards the end of the game, you guys were taking more three-pointers and they went in. Was that an adjustment you saw in Virginia Tech's defense that allowed you to take those compared to earlier in the game?
I think, you know, when you're down by a lot, you know, you just kind of let it fly in some regards. And we were trying to get, you know, quick possessions and get a couple little quick hitters where we had the ball in Lauren's hands, Cam's hands while she was in the game, and then Selena as well. So I thought we stepped up and made some huge shots that obviously changed the momentum. And then we had to get up and kind of pressure and foul. I thought we had some great defensive possessions where we got some tie-ups, made them kind of hurry a little bit, and were able to get the ball back. And then, you know, really that last possession, you know, we stopped fouling and trapping and pressing and just said, hey, we got to get one stop. And I thought our initial half-court defense was really good. And then, you know, we gave up an offensive rebound and then had to foul. So, you know, what could have, should have been maybe we had a, you know, with a timeout, we could have maybe had one last possession to try and, you know, tie the game. And then, you know, Virginia Tech's a tremendous free throw shooting team. And, you know, they did their job down the stretch with King hitting a couple big free throws and getting a big offensive rebound.
We have time for about one more question. Zoe Comerford, if you would unmute yourself, I'll give you the opportunity to ask the final question.
Coach, obviously, what was kind of your plan against Shephard? And you were able to limit her actually to just 7 points today. Like, how do you think your team executed that plan against her?
I thought Selena Lott did a tremendous job of just limiting her touches. We knew she was going to come off a ton of different screens, down screens, staggered screens, dribble handoffs. So we really tried to get into her space and use our length on her a little bit. I thought we did a really nice job overall. She kind of turned into a driver in a lot of ways, which was good for us. So I thought overall between, you know, Taylor Valladay and you know, Selena Lott, I thought we did a really nice job of limiting her touches and forced Virginia Tech to have a couple of their other players, you know, Green coming off the bench and Baines have to make plays, and they did.
Thank you, Coach Duffy, for your time today. We will be joined momentarily by Lauren Van Kleunen. We ask the media to please use this time to raise or lower your hands as necessary.
Thank you.
When you raise your hand, it'll pop up.
We are now joined by Lauren Van Kleunen, and we'll begin the press conference. Please utilize the raise hand function to indicate that you would like to ask a question. When you are called on for your question, please state your name and affiliation first. Our first question will go to John Liuzzi. Please unmute yourself.
Hey, Lauren. You guys have been a blue collar team the entire season. How proud are you of your team's fight to the end, especially in the last couple seconds of that game?
Yeah, it was obviously great to see our fight towards the end. We believe we're never out of a game, especially in March Madness. You never know what's going to happen. So it was great to see that. Obviously, we got to put 40 minutes together, but it was our grit and our determination to, anyone could, get a shot off or anyone get a defensive stop. We got to play with that confidence for the full 40 minutes.
The next question will go to Benjamin. Benjamin, please state your full name and your affiliation. You can now unmute yourself.
Hey, Lauren, Ben Steele, Milwaukee Journal Sentinel. You were matched up with Kiddie a lot today. Giving up a little size advantage there. How tough was she, to stop on the defensive end?
Yeah, she's a great player, extremely tough in the inside presence, and just, her feel around the rim and then also her different moves. And obviously didn't do a very good job on her, but, we were trying different things and, she got some shots. And, I and the other players, when we went to go double, they complimented her really well too. So definitely, she's a great player and she's, like I said, only a sophomore. She's going to be doing big things in the ACC. So tremendous player, but wish we obviously could have got it done today.
We'll take another question from Benjamin. Please unmute yourself.
Laura, I'm sure this isn't how you pictured the season ending, but and I know it's only been a few minutes, but how do you think you're going to look back on the season and what you guys accomplished?
Just the grit, the determination, just the want to get better this year. I think in such a weird year, the willingness to, come together. And I think over the course of, the quarantines we had and not the typical year, it was great to see people step up. And it was great that, I think enjoy and have fun with the year that maybe wasn't going so great for a lot of people. So I obviously, like you said, it's been only a few minutes, but I'm definitely going to look back and be extremely proud of this team. And understand, even though we were a little bit younger, just the experience that we gained throughout this year and how excited I am to, watch this team or be a part of this team in the following years.
Lauren, can you just share some thoughts about your experience at this year's tournament?
It's been it's a great opportunity. It's been amazing to be here. And, NCAA tournament, they've done a phenomenal job just between, with everything with COVID protocols. They've done a great job with, keeping us safe, feel very safe in the hotels. And the convention center is a phenomenal area. And just being able to play at these sites has been awesome. Being able to have fans was great to, have fans today. So it's been a great experience. Obviously, we wish the outcome would have been better, but overall, been a great experience.
Thank you. We'll take another question from John Liuzzi. Please unmute yourself and state your name and affiliation.
John Liuzzi with the Marquette Wire. Lauren, a few weeks back, you talked about one of the things you're most proud about looking back at your Marquette career is continuing to put this program on the map in the nation. Looking back at this season, how proud are you of just continuing to allow people to know about Marquette basketball and the way you play Marquette basketball?
Yeah, extremely proud. Just, to be a part of this team led by Coach Duffy has been phenomenal. Going to practice every day, just having fun. It's great to be able to put, Marquette on the map and understand that we're not done yet. I think that's great, from the standpoint of, being the top of the Big East, but in and year out, that's what we want to consistently do. And that's what the great teams do. And, we want to continue to get there. But it's been awesome just to be a part of this team.
The next question will go to Christy Riken of the Associated Press. Christy, please just repeat your name and your affiliation and unmute yourself.
Hi, I'm Christy Riken from the Associated Press. I was just wondering, you talked about that grit. Do you feel like that was on display today by cutting into that lead so much, at the end, like never giving up and, playing to the very, very last buzzer?
Yeah, that's what we do. That's what Marquette basketball is about. We're never gonna think we're out of a game, and we understood, even when things might not have been going well, how can we stay together? How can we keep grinding? And obviously, I'm very proud of that. The last fourth quarter, it was great to see that grit and that determination, and very excited. If we can put that together for the full 40 minutes, we're gonna be a heck of a team.
Thank you.
We have a few more minutes to take questions. Do any media members want to take advantage of this time? The next question will go to Mark Berman. Mark, please repeat your name and state your affiliation and unmute yourself.
Yeah, Mark Berman of the Roanoke Times in Virginia. Sorry, just getting on this Zoom after being on the Virginia Tech one. So forgive me if you've already been asked this, but obviously, a big game for Elizabeth Kittley. What made it so hard to contain her today? Obviously, you guys threw a lot at her defensively.
Yeah, she's a heck of a player. She just has a great feel around the basket, understands and, get into her moves, has a couple great moves too. So she's extremely well just with her size too and her footwork. So she did a great job against us, and then gave her up a couple of RBs too where she got easy touches. So she just has a great feel around the rim. And it's going to be exciting to watch her in the ACC, how great of a player is only a sophomore, how she's going to grow from there.
And how about Virginia Tech's defense? What about the Hokies' defense gave you guys trouble today? Obviously, a lot of turnovers in the first half.
Yeah, I think when with the turnovers, I think I had a couple of myself just out of character, just throwing it, and I think I obviously got to lock in way better with that, and that obviously cost us a little bit of the game too. Turning the ball over 13 times with those opportunities, that's the difference in the game. So obviously you got to lock in better on that, but they definitely with their pressure, and then with Kittley being down there with her length is it makes things a little bit tougher.
Well, which obviously you guys made all your 3-pointers there in the last 2 minutes with that big comeback. What did you guys suddenly find something out about their defense that led to those threes, or how do you explain that all those threes finally came in those last 2 minutes? I
think just towards the end of the game, we were running different things, trying to obviously cut down the deficit. Understand we had a foul on the other end, but we wanted to cut down as quickly as possible and just get into things as quickly as possible. And those threes were opening for us, so we obviously you let it fly towards the end of the game, and they were going in for us, and that we were able to cut down that deficit.
Thank you.
Christy, I see that your hand is still up. Did you want to ask another question?
Sorry, I just didn't take it down. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Christy. We do have time for one more question from the media, or would anyone like to take advantage of this time? If not, that's it for this post-game news conference. A recording of this press conference will be posted in the NCAA Digital Media Hub at www.ncaa.veritone.com. Thank you for joining us, and thank you, Lauren, for your time. We appreciate you.
Thank you.